Dave Ryan, December 1773. Yeah, Melody's driving me crazy over here, David. But I still appreciate everybody tuning in. So I was talking to my mom this weekend. It just casually came up in conversation. I made a joke about fluoride or something.
Okay.
My mother was like, yeah, your grandmother didn't believe in fluoride either. I was like,
she didn't believe in it?
I was like, what? My mom's mom was born in 1920 or 1940 or something, right? She grew up either during the Depression or the people that went through to the Depression. I think she went through to the Depression. Either which way. So I'm like, really, Mom? That's interesting. She's like, yeah. She's like, she mimicked my grandmother. They don't need to put fluoride in there. It's the fluoride that's making your teeth fall out. And I was like, huh? You don't say, huh? Here I was thinking I was the crazy one, David. I was like, Mom, what else did Grandma not believe in? And then she rattled a couple off. So
you have a list?
A list. So she thought the moon landing was faked. Fluoride in the water. She said Social Security was a scam because it taught people to not save their money. She said that there would be one day that the government would tax you to breathe. JFK and Marilyn Monroe. That the plastic was killing us. It's not good for us. And she didn't believe in microwaves.
Daddy.
My grandmother, my mom's mom, died in 96.
All right, I do got to say, outside of the moon landing thing, because I'm not with that one. That's one conspiracy I'm not with.
Dave, how do you get a picture from the fucking moon? Nobody's ever been there before, but we get the thing with a camera. It sends back to Earth in real time.
You watch television, right?
Yeah, my grandma was an OG conspiracy theorist, so it's got to be biological. And you know what? She was right. We have the lowest testosterone rates. Like what? Like how many metrics do we need? People literally can't save money.
I do got to say that taxing you to breathe air is probably one of the boldest predictions she made, and she was spot on.
Yeah. They're actually going the opposite way. They're like taking away the things that are re-greening the earth. We got to cut down on CO2, but trees need it to breathe. Well, it's making it hot. There will be more trees.
And it's not like super hot. It's like on average a degree warmer.
Dave, what happens if, you know how everything normally gets bigger as it gets warmer? Like as like overall temperatures, like the Amazon has bigger plants than are around here, or down south bugs are bigger, right? Because there's more available oxygen. I wonder if it was hotter on Earth, if humans would be bigger. Yeah, my grandma was an OG conspiracy theorist. I love it. I thought it was it's got to be hereditary. And this is like the same family that when I did the digging, I know I told you that I had a relative that died around the Boston Tea Party. Mm-hmm. It's from that family. You know, it's in my blood, I guess.
She does sound like a legend.
Yeah, I don't really remember. You know, she passed in 96 from cancer and stuff. And full inside baseball, she passed, and 8 hours later, my little sister was born. So,
wow.
Yeah, my family has weird, like my daughter and my mother share the same birthday. Like there's my father and my little brother are born a day apart. Like there's a lot of weird dates in my family like that. But yeah, she's an OG conspiracy theorist, and I just thought I would pass it along because I know plenty of people older than me, you know, that believe in some of these. But it's always funny to me. I've seen statistics that at least majority of Americans believe in at least one conspiracy. I think this just further shows how people don't trust the system because they've lied to us for so long.
Yeah, when you label everything ever a conspiracy, it's pretty easy to believe in at least one.
Well, David, we know. I mean, they have military shitposting now. It was always said conspiracy was a military term. It's literally a military term. So it doesn't surprise me the mainstream media use it when Operation Mockingbird allowed them to start this whole propaganda thing the way they got it. And then the NSA piggyback. I know I'm rambling. This is supposed to be a tie down. But yeah, Grandma OG conspiracy theorist, super funny. But and then I guess we could talk about the Bills game quick. The Patriots versus Bills game. Now normally this would be the we would have like covered the Bengals game and the Pats game this week normally. With the way our schedule's been falling lately and everything else. But yeah, Bills game was awesome. Obviously, it's a home game, and then all the things with the playoffs kind of worked out. I don't know, David. How do you feel about the whole, if it goes to the championship game, that it's at a neutral site?
I understand why they did it, but I got to tell you, I don't love it. I really don't. I don't know exactly how they could have done it, how they would have done it. I'm not saying the NFL did a bad job. But the fact that the season feels so unfinished. The fact that the Bengals game, and I understand postponing the game that day, but to not continue it at all seems unfinished to me. I don't like it. It fucks the Bengals. They frankly kind of got fucked. It kind of fucks the Bills a little bit, but not really. I don't know. I don't know what else they could have done. It was just a hard situation to be in the middle of, and people who make a lot more money than us figured it out. I guess everyone's just going to have to deal with it. But I would say, out of all the people, I think the people with the right to be pissed the most are Bengals fans.
Amen. Yeah.
I think they got fucked more than anybody.
I don't want to say it this way, but I thought it was so funny to me that they had all these people all this time. There was all this. There was controversy between Skip and Shannon Sharp on their program because Skip tweeted during the Cincinnati game about how it's affecting the playoffs, and there was a lot of things tossed around, and it was just kind of funny. All these things, all these people come together, all these owners, all this voting, all this stuff, and it basically boils down to, all right, if the Bills win, this is going to happen. But if they lose today, it doesn't matter. It was just like, it kind of like, at least for me, it put in retrospect about how pointless sports can actually be. Like, does it fucking matter where you play? Not really. I get it. I get there's money. I get there's but, I do like how the nation did come together. Not just because I live in Buffalo and it's the football team that we are in the area and grew up.
Yeah, it was a rare sight to see, but it was nice to see it.
Yeah,
although there were still just a couple people here and there who really tried to keep it divisive, though.
Yeah, must be the unvaxxed population.
There was I don't remember who it is, but someone took to a prominent name took to Twitter to talk about how they didn't like that it was a time used for thoughts and prayers. Keep your thoughts and prayers. People don't understand the thoughts and prayers thing. Atheists hate the thoughts and prayers thing, but it's the sentiment, it's the gesture. Whether or not you believe in God, it's irrelevant. It's my gesture to you. If I'm a believer in God, it's the highest gesture I can hand you. So just because you don't believe in it would be irrelevant to my gesture.
Yeah, and then most of those people are the ones that want us to respect their points, but they don't respect ours.
Right.
Yeah,
and
back to the thoughts.
Yeah, you go ahead. Because I was going to say, there, of course, was that other article where it turned it into a race thing about the violence that young black Americans face.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd rather get ran over by a grown man than shot in the streets where they sell drugs. Just guessing. That's literally why they play football, so they don't have to live in Crackville. Which is in cities ran by Democrats, David.
Right next to all the stadiums.
It's fucking weird. Except the one down here, it's weird that the Bills organization seems more conservative when it's stadiums outside of fucking city. That's weird how that works. Wonder why Ralph Wilson built it there and not in the city of Buffalo to begin with. It's not because we're a media markets. No, the politics of the football team directly go against what Buffalo stands for. That's why they didn't build the city downtown, people. It's all fucking politics. And also the electrical union is out in Orchard Park Road, right down the street from the stadium. And the pipe fitters union and all the other unions they're going to have.
I'm sure they had no say in it.
Oh, really? Orchard Park Road. Oh, yeah, we're 2 miles up the road. It'd be perfect for us. We're right here. Strategic location where all the wealth in the area lives. All right, I'm rambling here. Yeah, it was interesting. Game was great today with the Bills. Josh Allen, all the threes. He had a great post-game interview that talked about how God was trying to send a message. I know I spoke about that earlier in the week, but it's just very interesting. I'm glad everybody came together. I'm glad the Bills won. Fuck Bill Belichick. I seen that guy whoop our ass too much. Yeah, it's always cool. All right, and then true to entertainment this week, I got a couple of them for you. I guess I'll start with my Rogan. Rogan. I listened to 2 podcasts by Rogan. One I made it through most of it. The other one I made it through a little bit of it. But one was with Derek from More Plates, More Dates, which for anybody who's been in like this man self-improvement space, he's like a guy on the internet that he started off about like dating advice and getting in the gym. And then his content lately has been about bodybuilding and like TRT and steroid use. And he covers like, he came out and Joe really had him on because they were talking about the Liver King and all the things you would have to do look like that, because the Liver King actually had emails leaked that proved it was his blood work results that they were trying to keep secret, but they were leaked. And it showed how much fucking testosterone and TRT and gear and stuff he was on. And it's basically going to kill him. Like the stuff the guy's taking is like so bad for you, in the levels. And so, yeah, that was cool. It was dorky, like it was all about the bodybuilding. They talked about The Rock. They talked a lot about a lot of different stuff, but it was all about that, like bodybuilding and men's improvement as far as like physique and what to do to look like that. And like what you could do to look like they showed a couple natural 50-year-olds that are pretty jacked, and it's like, I'm actually in the market for gyms myself. I'm looking to go again, stay disciplined. I actually took the little one here to a couple places and that have kids center so she can kind of hang out while I do my thing. So kind of like spurred some of my things this week. And the other one on Rogan, I kind of started watching and was him and Dave Portnoy.
Okay.
And, honestly, there was nothing really that jumped out at me in this interview. Not that they weren't exciting, but I only made about a half hour through before I got distracted with other podcasts, which I'm going to reference here in a minute. But I guess the thing I will say, I never really listened to Dave Portnoy in like a long extended, I know he has his podcast, his Barstool podcast that he's on with a couple girls and like a younger guy. I know he's like got plenty of content out there of him on podcast, in like a long form setting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to put it this way, but maybe like, I don't know if he's good at long form content for me, at least. Like it wasn't alluring. It didn't suck me in. Him and Joe were having a good time. I just, maybe I'm not the best Rogan audience gauger either. Maybe I've kind of like distanced myself from Rogan. And I guess the point is like, I still found some value in there. They were just kind of talking about everything. There was some Tate rumors and clips circulating, and they covered like the waterfront of like politics and society. So it was interesting to just kind of hear like, when Dave Portnoy is basically like a social media influencer like Rogan, and to hear the way these guys talk is always important. So it was interesting. But then my true to entertainment this week, I came across a guy on YouTube. His name is Bedros Keuilian, and this guy is fucking sweet.
I've never heard of him.
He's got this one. I'm glad you never heard of him because he's got a very small following right now. It's only like 250,000 subs or like 80,000. I don't know how many subs on YouTube, but it's small. And I cannot wait for this guy to hit like 1 million subs because he's gonna. And I'm gonna come on this program and tell you guys that I'm still listening to him. And I told you, just like Patrick Bet David, just like Tate, just like these others. It's not to brag, but this is like, once again, success leaves clues. I want to be successful. And this guy's big thing is getting rich, right? He's like, you got to be rich and jacked. He said, working out is the best thing you can do. It's the best gateway drug to success and happiness and wealth. And I have this conversation all the time with my father, actually. He's, Dave, we're in the grind. You sent me the thing that there's how many millennials are millionaires? 600,000?
Yeah.
Patrick Bet David had this on his Instagram or Twitter, but there's 600,000 millennials that are millionaires already. And millennials, like the age is like 37 now is the oldest millennial. So they still can work for 30 years. Now, granted, this may be in like houses and cars and net worth, and they may not have that money on cash. It's in retirement. It's all.
Yeah, that's always how they judge it.
Right.
Assets.
But the point is like, I'm glad there's grinders out there. I grinded. I just was dumb, right? Like now that I'm getting older, I understand money, the value of money. I made a lot of money back in the 2010s, but
Mhm.
I didn't spend it wisely. I was a kid. It went to tits and beer, you know? And so now it's just like maybe I'm kind of lucky I did that, so it's out of the way. But then I realized I wasted my time, and hindsight's 2020. So I always go back to these podcasts to get inspiration. Not that I need it, but just like I don't have successful people I can go to that I know to be like, how do I get out of the matrix? But that's the beautiful thing about the internet and podcasting is you can pick your peers if you pick them right. And Bedros Keuilian, he's a first generation American. His family is from Slovenia. Liberia, something like that. And he came here very poor. His dad worked like 3 jobs. One was like a paper boy at gas stand, like crazy story. Now he's a multi-millionaire, billionaire, or whatever, and provides everything for all of his family. And his big thing is just like, you got to have a fucking immigrant mentality, outwork everybody. It's just all that old stuff, right? Hard work works, and, eat good and sleep good and promote good health. And, full transparency, like my family doesn't do this. Full transparency, most people don't do this.
No.
But once again, David, if you look at the people that are the life that I want, what are they doing? And this is what they're doing. Like, I don't want to be rich just to be rich. I want to take care of my whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be able to maybe, I heard one time the best charity is giving somebody a job and teaching them a skill. And then I have flashbacks of all of my hours teaching kids how to work on cars and teach them electricity. I would love to open businesses and teach people skills and grow them. Hopefully stick around. If not, you go to a different company. Hopefully you become a good employee. I can free you. I can teach you stuff. I can mentor people. I can mentor men, which we're sorely lacking in strong men. I'm a brother already. I'm a father already. I already naturally do things, and I need a brother. I need a father. I love my dad dearly. I go to him for my problems, but I need a successful dad. I need a guy that's built a successful business that is retired his mama at 40. Those people are out there. And you know what? Some of them make fucking podcasts, David. Did you know that? And some of them tell you exactly what to do. And a lot of it is just real simple. Show up, do the hard work, and just plan. Write it down, budget your money. And, I'm not the one for new year, new me and all that stuff, but I have been focusing on self-improvement with the last 2 years of my life. And that is because I understand now that, you got to build it for them to come. I have to put my place in a position, myself, my family, but most importantly, myself in a position to always win. And one way I win is doing this podcast with you, David. So I always appreciate you for your time. And I appreciate our audience for our time this week and every week to follow. Dave Ryan, December 1773. You can catch us Monday through Friday, weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. Dave and I will be there. I appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Like, comment, subscribe, all the thumbs up and all that. And most importantly, if you guys could comment how you like the new format, I'd really like to hear the most about that right now. We proceed to go doing this forward. So I understand our audience doesn't have the amount of time to do. I listen to 3-hour podcasts all the time. You guys don't necessarily have time. We understand, and we respect your time. So if you could let us know how you like the content, as always, Dave, thank you. I'll catch you guys later.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, everyone.
Peace, brother.
See ya.